Hey, everybody, welcome to Taylor Jackson's podcast. It is Tuesday, January 8th. We just got done watching President Donald Trump's State of the Union, followed by Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi giving their 2 cents and the rebuttal side, which was really interesting. Um, Basically, we're at a gridlock. Who knows how long this government shutdown is going to last? Maybe they'll pull something out of their hat tomorrow. It's pretty concerning though, because the Democrats don't look like they want to budge on anything. Trump, I can't see him budging on anything. So it's really interesting. You got a lot of federal workers. I've got my sister. She works for the EPA out in Raleigh, North Carolina. I know. They've got enough money to last them maybe through another month or so. But pretty crazy. I mean, I didn't even know the government could shut down until all this stuff happened. But we got a lot of stuff going on, and a lot of opinions on both sides. Obviously the opinion on the Republican side is the border is not secure. So you have a lot of illegal aliens coming across, and the illegal aliens that are coming across are bringing with them drugs. A big part of it's sex trafficking. A lot of these are minors, unaccompanied minors that turn into basically sex slaves, sex workers. That's a terrible thing. There's a huge epidemic of heroin users, meth users, the drugs pouring in. It's really bad. So, Trump in his heartfelt words is really kind of saying, hey, look, what his mission is he wants to eliminate that. He doesn't want these drugs pouring in. He doesn't want these, kids being sex trafficked across the border. And, that really resonates with a lot of people because, I know I personally have had friends that have, really good friends that have got hooked on heroin. Up in Northern California, Oregon, Washington, that whole area, there's been, really heroin has done a lot of harmful things and, really ruined families. So that's something that resonates with a lot of people there. Texas, I'm sure other places. I'm from, Northern California, so I saw it firsthand. And, that's always been the Republican agenda since Reagan, right? The war on drugs. We don't want these drugs coming in. If we can, stop that. I mean, the amount of money that Americans are spending on drugs. I forget the statistic that Trump gave in the speech, but it's pretty incredible, right? The amount of money that they were spending on illegal drugs, meth, cocaine, heroin, and 90% of that is coming across the southern border. And so that's that side, right? Then you got the other side here with the Democrats that are saying, well, yes, this may be happening. They're not disagreeing that the drugs are coming across, that these kids are being sex trafficked, but they're very apathetic in their response, saying that a wall is going to be ineffective, that it's pointless. Gavin Newsom, I can't believe it, Gavin. He said it's pointless. The wall is pointless, right? Which, common sense tells you, right, that conventional wisdom would tell you that a wall would keep someone out. And I don't know the exact statistics on, I think they said like 300 miles, 400 miles worth of walls. And, the places where there are all the walls, there's, it's definitely deterring. There's not as many people coming across in those areas. But who knows, right? So what the Democrats are really trying to say is like, the wall's not going to do anything. These people are coming through at legal points of entry. A lot of these people are overstaying their visas, which, that's not true at all. That people are, people do overstay their visas, and those people are illegals. But those aren't the people that we're, trying to, but we're not trying to prevent those people necessarily from coming in. That's another issue, totally separate. But, we're really talking about these MS-13, these gangsters, these young girls that are, being brought across the border and used, as sex traffickers. That's what we want to prevent. The apathy that Democrats show for a wall is really interesting, right? It's really curious for their stance to be that a wall will not do anything, that a wall is pointless. A wall is pointless, right? That's really hard for me to swallow. right? Because you have a lock on your door. You have a fence around your backyard. You know, right? I mean, and is that pointless? Is that pointless to you? No, right? I mean, so, and then of course, the Democrats would say, "Oh, it's not the same thing." My house, yada yada yada. But if you really deconstruct it and look pragmatically at the real issue at hand, I mean that's what it's coming down to, right? You need to secure your border. I mean, it really is common sense, especially if you look at all the circumstances surrounding the situation, right? Maybe in Europe you don't need the walls but it's different, right? We're not Europe. We're talking about Mexico and the United States, two drastically different countries, economies, ideologies, ways of thinking, right? People aren't trying to immigrate to Mexico, right? People are trying to immigrate to the United States because we have jobs. There's just food. I mean, everything it's good here, right? You go to Mexico, it's a little different. It's not the United States. So the Democrats want to sit here and they want to say the wall's not going to do anything, that Trump is silly, that this is just a total, self-indulgent act of, Trump wanting to build a wall. And, so you have both sides really being stubborn as hell. One side, super stubborn, Trump, saying that we need the wall, we need $5.7 billion. But, we're not asking to put a wall between us and Canada, right? We're asking to put a wall between us and Mexico where, I mean, how many Hollywood movies have been made about drug trafficking coming across the border, right? So, I think the whole idea, right? And of course, I don't think Trump is saying that, a wall is going to be the end all and that we're never going to see any other, illegal immigration coming across. But it sure as hell should help, right? I mean, if we build the fucking wall, that's going to keep people coming across, just the huge border. And then what you can do is you can shore up like the legal ports of entry. They're talking, and that's what Chuck and I say, oh, we don't need the wall, we'll just do this. It's like, good fucking Lord, right? If you've got a point of entry where they're, running cars through and, they can just, I don't know, figure it out, get a four-wheeler and drive another section around the wall. I mean, to me, it's really cut and dry. It's common sense. It's build the wall. I mean, are we really concerned about the money? I mean, we're trillions of dollars in debt. Money is fiat. We print money like nothing. It doesn't even matter, So I really don't think it's that big of an issue to the money part of it, right? I mean, and the scary part is, you're and I don't know how bad this is going to get, but you have people that are federally employed. Republicans don't really care. Trump doesn't really care. And they're not going to get paid. Some of them are working for free, which I think is incredible. People are, we got TSA that is working for free. Some of them are calling in sick. They're not even going to get paychecks. So, really, really odd, really weird, really strange times we're living in right now, all over a fucking wall that is like, build the fucking wall. What's the big deal? You're going to put American people to work. You're going to pay them to do it. You're going to pay Americans to build the wall. That money is going to go back into the economy. It's like, just build the fucking wall. What's the big fucking deal? Right? So, that's what's really going on there. Is that.